All right, welcome guys to the channel. Coach Neil here with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, the vision and mission of this channel is to do what? Is to provide you nutrition and wellness strategies and concepts. And today I have a fantastic guest with me. All my guests are fantastic. I think they all are. But this is Taylor Terrazas from Terrastoma. And so I'm going to give you a little intro about Taylor. So Taylor is an herbalist and also the founder of Terrastoma, which is a holistic cosmetic brand. Now, we all know cosmetics really include a wide range of different types of products, right? We all know this. And what can be in those cosmetics, guys, it's a big question mark, right? Big question mark, because we just assume it's all safe, we assume it's good, we assume the company did its due diligence and they have our best interest in mind, but that's not always the case. So be very aware of that. So today, we're going to talk with Taylor about how she brought Terrastoma into being, what Terrastoma is, why should we be on the lookout for other products that aren't going to be as, we'll just say, healthy and as safe for us, and how someone can incorporate the use of Terrastoma, of course, in their own personal skincare regimen. So, Taylor, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Neil.
Awesome, awesome. So Taylor, can you tell us a little bit about how in the first place, how in the world did you come up with Terrastoma? What were you thinking? How did it come about?
It was a pretty long, drawn out organic process, something I sort of stumbled into. When I was younger, I used to wear a lot of makeup, but it definitely felt pretty oppressive when I was wearing it. I wasn't wearing it for fun. I was wearing it because I had a really hard time accepting myself without it. So when I got a little older, around the age of 19, I decided I'm going to do a whole makeup detox. I'm not going to wear it until I can look in the mirror and be okay with what I'm seeing. And so I did that. I kind of worked on healing that relationship with myself. And around a few years into that, I started studying herbalism with the school here in Texas, and the Wildflower School. And so I had started feeling like drawn to makeup again, and like I wanted to use it maybe for more creative and fun purposes. But I didn't want to put chemicals on my body. I was learning about all the negative effects that these can have, particularly on females, in just terms of hormone disruption, that a lot of these chemicals, unregulated chemicals or not properly regulated chemicals, can have. So I just started experimenting in the kitchen. I made the very first product I ever made was a lipstick called Brujita, which you can find on my website, and wore that for a little bit. And then I decided, hey, I want to try my hand at making some products and selling them and see if people are into them. And I had tinctures and body care, but people really honed in on the lipsticks and they really loved the makeup. And I was talking to a lot of people and they were getting excited, and a lot of people actually had that same journey and that same story as me, where they had a fraught relationship with beauty, that they were working on kind of mending that relationship with themselves. And now they just kind of wanted to have some fun, but they didn't want to put chemicals on their body. So that was a light bulb for me. And I was like, this is a great opportunity to provide products like this, and also to help kind of shift the beauty narrative in a more inclusive and authentic way. And it's snowballed into this.
Wow. Now, I'm going to say, for starters, that's amazing. It's like you had a light bulb moment at a very young age, and that is impressive. And you knew where you wanted to take it. And you said something key. You said the chemicals. I didn't want to use chemicals on my body. I think you give everyone an opportunity to sit back and think on that and dwell on that and meditate on the fact that, hey, I might be putting chemicals on my body. Am I comfortable with that? I think most people, if you put it that way, they may not be. So what are some of the things that we need to understand about products that are out there on the shelves now? Anything you would want to just tell our audience?
Yeah, I think just being mindful and doing your research. Just because a product's on the shelf doesn't mean that brand, like you said, has done everything that they can to make sure that it's totally safe. A lot of things are not regulated. It's kind of like the Wild West right now in terms of FDA regulation. And yeah, I would just say to really be mindful. Our skin is very absorbent. We're putting things near our eyes, and we're swallowing things when we put lipstick on. So to just be very mindful of makeup's kind of the last frontier for a lot of people, no matter what their lifestyle looks like, how healthy they eat, how much they work out. A lot of people still stick with what they know with these conventional products. And there's a lot of good stuff out there that you don't have to sacrifice safety with.
Oh, I love that. Love it. So for the consumer being conscientious of what they're applying to their body, even though they may be eating well, they may be exercising, maybe getting adequate sleep, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada, all the things that we know that are important in wellness. But they may just forget, hey, I'm applying these things to my skin. It's around my eyes, it's around my mouth, and I may be ingesting these things indirectly and just not be aware of it. So that's something important that you mentioned. And I think it's very paramount for people to understand that. So let me ask you this. What makes Terrastoma unique? I mean, I know a little bit about your products already, so I feel a little weird asking that question because I already know the answer, but our audience doesn't know. So what makes Terrastoma unique?
Yeah, so there's three things that I feel like really make Terrastoma unique that I'm really proud about. So one is our high pigment formulas. These are really high pigment products that are bold with really fun colors that are going to show up on a wide array of skin tones and skin colors. Without primer, you can use primer if you want, but these are going to show up on people. And not only that, but they're formulated with different skin tones in mind. Warm tones, cool tones, neutral tones. So it's all these bold, fun colors, but in a vegan friendly, natural format, which is not something I feel like I see a lot. And the other thing is this sort of holistic beauty model that I operate under, which is I view beauty as an inside out kind of process. And so a lot of what you're going to see on my website and on my Instagram is also wellness coaching and herbal products. Because my background's in herbalism, I'm really taking into consideration a holistic model of your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, how we're nourishing ourselves, including the things we put on us. But it starts with what we put in ourselves and also how we talk to ourselves. And it's just, there's a lot, it's a whole complex web, beauty is. So I really like to kind of hone in on that. And then the last thing that I think makes Terrastoma unique is just our sustainability initiative. So we are part of a collective of other small business owners called Small Business for Big Change. And we donate money to organizations that are creating environmental change and social justice change. And we put some of our money towards those causes every year to kind of offset any unintentional negative impact we may have as business owners, because it's unavoidable. Sometimes there's pieces of plastic that are unavoidable. But I am proud to say that this year I'll be transitioning all of my packaging into glass, and it'll be as sustainable as it possibly can be. So so our sustainability efforts are also what make us unique.
And let me just say this for our audience right now. Supporting the small business owner, I believe, is really the future of commerce. It's not necessarily, yes, we may come across the big corporation interaction in our daily lives at least once or twice. We all know this. But the more we can push towards the small business owner and really interact and utilize their services and products, the more we help individuals flourish. And of course, like you mentioned, you can also, as a small business owner, you're empowered now to give back and to be a good steward of course, we'll use the environment as an example. Like you said, so your environmental consciousness is a little bit more intentional. So I think that is so fantastic, man. Motivated. I'm going to tell you, she's motivating me. That's what she's doing. Guys, we need to really talk about right now, real quick with Taylor, using brand X over here, whatever brand X is. We're not going to say what those brands are, but you're interested in getting started with Terrastoma. Taylor, how might someone take a first step or two getting introduced to Terrastoma?
Yeah, because I'm a small business, I'm pretty accessible. So especially for any local folks in Austin, I have a location here, and this year I'm going to offer in-person consultations where you can try on products. As it stands now, people message me all the time and ask me, hey, I'm having trouble narrowing down. Can you help me find what would look good for my skin tone? And I love helping people in that way with those types of consultations. So I have a lot of products, so I definitely love any chance to connect with my customer base and just kind of help people figure out what they like. And then I have a lot of starter sets as well on the website. So there's some affordable starter sets ranging from about 25 to 35 bucks, and you can get an assortment of products and just try it out for yourself and see if you like it.
Guys, you hear that? So not only are there some affordable starter sets, but she is willing to give you some one-on-one consultation on how to maximize the use of these products that fit your needs. So let me just say up front, try to get directly to the top of Amazon and talk to, you know, who. Not going to happen, is it? Not going to happen. So anyway, I think that's fantastic. So Taylor, how do people get their hands on these products? Tell us.
So my website is going to have the most up-to-date and the biggest assortment of things. It's terrastoma.com. And then you'll get to see a lot of my processes, and I ask for a lot of feedback, and you get to see sneak peeks on Instagram at Terrastoma. And then I'm in several local accounts here in Austin. You can see what those are under my stockists category on my website. You just under stockists, you can see all my local accounts.
Oh, wow. So if you're in Austin, fantastic. You know, you can check out firsthand in person. But if you're long distance, you're not in Austin, okay? You live, I don't know, somewhere out in New Jersey or maybe somewhere in California, the Pacific Northwest. No matter where you live, you can still reach Taylor directly and, of course, get to that website. So her website address is, again, www.terrastoma.com. That's TERRASTOMA.com. Or you can reach her at Instagram at Terrastoma. Taylor, thank you so much for being my guest today. I greatly appreciate it. I learned a whole lot more about what you offer. Again, I knew a little bit, but not as much as I know today after our interview. So fantastic. Love it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you for being here. Guys, if you like today's video, please click that subscribe button down below and like this video. And I'm going to post a link down below in the description to Taylor's website. So again, Taylor, thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much. Guys, till next time, this is Coach Neil out.